The Manuscript of Survival, Part 424. August 30, 2014. As mankind started to evolve, so much of the inherent abilities they came in with started to decline. This will sound like a contradiction, but this is in fact exactly what happened. For mankind came to be as a perfect species already programmed to attain great heights by their own abilities to climb further up from their very humble beginnings, and in this, you are all set to become the shining beings that you have so longed for to be. But alas, an intervention came to pass, one where other interests were injected into your very bloodstream, and where your future was retailored in such a way, it would suit those that came in looking for a way to serve their own interests. And the rest is history, as they say, except for the fact that even if these intruders tried as hard as they could not eradicate that shining center of your being, no matter what tricks they resorted to. And so, what was suppressed in the name of blatant manipulation and extortion has once again been set free, and it has been set free by the likes of you, wonderful beings capable of extracting themselves from that mire of fear so many of their brothers and sisters have suffered under for lifetime after lifetime. Make no mistake, you have also had lives where you walked deep in the valley of the shadows like the rest of mankind, but even then, there was something inside of you that kept you going, and that kept this glimmer of hope alive within you. And so, you came in again and again, patiently waiting for the right time for this little spark to burst into full flame. And now, finally, the time has come, and even before you were born this time you knew beyond any lingering shadows of doubt that this time, the time would come for you to stand up and say no more, I will not be led away from my true self anymore. For now, I will stand tall and proud, cast off the shackles and learn to fly again. And so you did, and here you all are, already shining in your resplendent robes of light, but still, you have more to offer this world and all of creation, and this is what is literally becoming apparent to all. For now, those hidden deposits, that deep vein of shimmering golden light that you have carried safely tucked away for every single journey you have taken to this shore, now, that vein will finally begin to be exposed for the treasure it really is, and already, your willingness to explore this hidden resource will have far-reaching consequences, spreading out even beyond your known surroundings. For you are tapping into a repository that will again help to seed anything and anyone it touches, and so what you are doing is literally to set off a veritable feast of fertility, where the spores you release will set to work as soon as they touch down on the suitable surface. And even if you think this world of yours has been turned into a barren wasteland of disillusion, mismanaged and destruction, we can only say think again. For this world is still as vibrant as they come, but as we have told you again and again, the surface you connected through your human capacities to take in information will seem to be less than fertile in so many ways. But that is again simply a case of what you see, is not what you will get. For you have managed to burrow yourself underneath this stifling layer of old and solidified energetic imprisonment, and you have sent down roots deep into the fertile fields that abound under this wafer-thin membrane of non-light that still covers much of the surface of this planet. But again, if you want to think of this as numbers, think of an infinitesimally small percentage and then cut that in half, and that will constitute the small number of energy contaminated, if you will, of the vast pool of vibrancy you really have at your disposal. For you have already managed to shake off that layer of dust that made you feel close to suffocation, and so too has your planet, and together, the two of you will ensure that the rest of this old and stale covering will start to disintegrate once and for all. For you are all expanding now at a rapid pace, and as we have mentioned earlier, your sphere of influence is advancing too, and already, your individual spheres are interlocking in a way that has ensured the establishing of enlightened corridors all over your planet. So even if there are still some parts of your world suffering under a heavy mass of negativity, you can travel the globe and still breathe the fresh air of freedom. And the reason for this is simply the fact that you have allowed that small spark of light you have carried with you to get that first tantalizing taste of fresh air. And so, as you opened the doors to the light that came streaming in from the outer reaches of creation, that small spark jumped at the chance to finally grow into a roaring fire, a fire that cleansed not only you, but also the planet you live upon. Make no mistake, you are not finished with this ritual cleansing, for there are still some very stubborn stains that need to be exposed to the light and to the freshest of air before they will let go completely, but that task is one that will be accomplished by your continued willingness to let the light shine unhindered and unfiltered through your very being. And not only that, it will also be accomplished by the fact that the very ground you step upon will add even more strength to this already highly effective mixture of enlightened energy and truly enlightened beings that tread upon this self-same soil. For you are partners now in an endeavor that spans the ages, and in an endeavor that straddles the continents, the deep expanses of the sea, and the very air that you breathe. And so, as you have managed to reunite yourself not only with those inner expanses within, but also with those inner expanses of your wondrous globe, you will have no problem furthering this expansion of light so that it will touch the feet, the hearts and the minds of every living creature that resides here. For the doors that you have opened to your innermost treasures are intrinsically linked to those deep inside the womb of Mother Earth herself, and together you will literally and co-create the new. For as you step forward on this glorious path of light, you give birth to new ideas, new solutions and new opportunities wherever it is you choose to shift your focus, and as such, you are literally a walking propagator for the new life that has already started to take hold on your shores. So together you are making history happen again, but you are making it happen in the way it was intended, through light and through love, through joy and through a harmonic conversation between you and the heavenly body you all inhabit. And the tune you are playing out in unison now is truly a song of the utmost beauty and perfection, yet, it is still only a small tasting of what is yet to come. For you have still a way to go, but that path ahead is already quivering in anticipation from what it is you will bestow upon it by way of creativity, ingenuity, compassion, and devotion. For you are sowing the seeds of love with every step you take and with every breath you draw deep into your lungs. And as you continue to stride confidently forward, you will feel the wholehearted support not just from every one of us literally hovering around you in the unseen realms. You will also feel the unending support of your very own Gaia, the mother of your heart and the life beneath your feet. And through that, the new world will arise. For the seeds you continue to sow so generously will all take to root as they find fertile soil and an abundance of nutrition no matter where they land and no matter how far-flung you scatter them. So go forth and procreate, and go forth and co-create the land and the sea and the air of your very dreams, and know that no matter how lofty those dreams are, they are none too big to come into being. For you cannot dream too big, nor need you fear accomplishing too little, for none of those options are applicable anymore. For you have managed to set your goals without limits, as only a human mind is still restricted by limitations, and you have long since stepped away from the confines that a human mind still holds so many imprisoned by. So simply continue to allow the flow to take you wherever it is it wants you to go, and know that wherever that is, it will be the place your heart has been dreaming of for eons. So once again we wish you Godspeed on your journey, and once again we thank you all on behalf of all of creation for being who you are and for doing what you do. You are walking your talk, and you are doing it with the confidence that gladdens our hearts mightily. For no more are you those timid creatures devoid of self-confidence, for you have found your inner core, and you have found that you are not lacking in any way, and for that we cannot thank you enough. For you are the ones making this happen, and it is through your courage of rediscovery that all of this has come about, and now, you will continue to surprise and delight not just us, but mostly yourselves. For we have known all along just what feats you are capable of, but for the longest of times, you thought yourselves incapable of anything at all. You did not need to prove it to us, but you did need to impress yourselves a little bit before you truly started to take this truth for the truth it really is. But now that you are finally starting to remember your own greatness, there is truly no stopping you. So keep on keeping on, and keep reminding yourselves of the magnitude of your accomplishments. For you are the true creators of your own lives now, and that is a feat that no one can take away from you. nor can anyone stop you in your tracks from attaining even more of your longed-for new lease on life. For the future is yours, dear ones, in every sense of the word, for you are the ones already making it come into being by creating your dreams by way of breathing life into them, every day, every hour and every second you walk on these shores. The Constant Companions. Channeled by Asia North. asianorth.wordpress.com